Tonight, Robin Gill.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. COVID-19 is creating more turbulence for Canada's air travel industry. WestJet, one of the biggest airlines in this country, says fewer people are traveling, so it's unviable to continue operating flights to much of Atlantic Canada and a major city in Quebec. As of November 2nd, WestJet will indefinitely suspend all flights to the three major airports in New Brunswick, as well as Charlottetown, PEI, and Sydney, Nova Scotia. Flights to Quebec City will also be suspended, and the airline will significantly reduce service to St. John's and Halifax. All told, more than 100 flights will be eliminated. This drastically limits the options for people who need to travel to those destinations. And as Eric Sorensen explains, this is another sign of trouble in the skies.
A pandemic that has hurt the economy is just crushing the airline industry. WestJet cutbacks will further isolate the Atlantic provinces from each other and from the rest of the country. Cliff Saulnier has family down east.
It's a little bit disappointing, a little bit harder to connect with our children and other loved ones.
It's not shocking news. Hardly anyone is flying these days. Since March, WestJet would normally have carried more than 15 million passengers over 7.5 months. Instead, they've transported just 1 million during the pandemic.
Sadly, we can no longer maintain our full Canadian network of service.
I'll ask you a few health-related questions.
WestJet says it has put millions into making travel safe, but it doesn't help if no one's traveling, and a company that expanded for decades is suddenly shrinking.
Over the last 8 months, we are beginning to see these efforts unravel.
Some blame, in part, the 14-day quarantine required of travelers.
The restrictions for travelers trying to get in and out of Atlantic Canada is just asphyxiating the industry.
WestJet is not alone struggling to stay airborne. Regional carrier Porter Airlines, already shut down, has delayed restarting now till December. Air Canada scored a bargain takeover of Air Transat this week. The original price, $18 a share, slashed to $5. But Air Canada's second quarter saw 96% fewer passengers than a year ago. Third quarter results are coming soon and could be dismal as well.
What took our country's top carriers not years, but decades to build, and it's all going to unravel within a matter of months. It's going to be a massive impact to jobs.
Airline unions have called on Ottawa to inject billions of dollars to keep the airlines afloat.
Obviously, there's plenty of other industries which also are crying out for help.
This analyst says the airline industry may never fully recover in this country.
Business travel in particular is going to be sharply hit because employers are going to cut back on having their employees fly for work.
For now, WestJet is not offering refunds on the cancelled flights. It's giving credits for a service it hopes will return to normal someday. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.